High school football week number 5. Take a look at a matchup, one of the oldest rivalries in Winchester, Virginia, as the Handley Judges host the James Wood Colonels. Last week, the Judges back in the win column with a 41-0 victory over Brentsville. Now joining me, the head coach of the Handley Judges, Jake Smith. And Coach, I just got to ask, after the tough loss to Kettle Run, the week of practice, how did it feel to come out, respond by putting up a shutout against Brentsville? How did it feel for the team to get that? And just how does it feel overall to get back in the winning column after a tough loss the week before?
Yeah, I think Brentsville is a solid football program. I think they've gotten better every week, from week 1 to week 2 to week 3 and going into our game. I was proud of our kids' preparation and how they prepared for that game. The enthusiasm that they brought to it, the attention to detail, all of those sorts of things. I thought we were doing at a high level. I thought we played well defensively. I thought we were a little bit lackluster on offense, and I thought our special teams played outstanding. And so, to come away with a victory, I think is a great thing. You lose a tough one to Kettle Run by a score, and the next week, you just want to come back out and get on the right track. And I thought kids did a great job responding to that and the way in which they have practiced and approached that game.
In overall, just looking at what the trend has been for Handley, your offensive line creating space for runners in Hassan Akambi, freshman quarterback Tristan Darling. How do you think they fared in this matchup from last week to this week in terms of the growth from week to week?
Yeah, I thought we got better. I think that group has gotten better up front, every week. I think, so far this week, I think they've done a great job of, kind of resetting and getting back to the basics on some things from fundamentals and footwork and hand placement. And then, just accompanying that with scheme and our verbiage and lingo and playing faster. Yeah, again, I think they're the strength of our football team, and I think they're going to continue to be so.
So just looking ahead to this week, back at home at the Handley Bowl after 3 straight road games, how is practice leading up to this week in terms of a classic rivalry, if you will, between James Wood hosting them at home?
Yeah, it's a rivalry game. It's been played for a long time. James Wood and Handley being the oldest schools in the area. There's a lot of history there. The schools are close. They're only like 3 miles apart. Everybody kind of knows everybody. The players know the players. Our coaches know their coaches. And so it makes it fun. It gives a little extra to the game. Just being so close to one another, and we look forward to the matchup. I think our kids have done a great job this week of getting prepped and prepared and understanding what their job and their role is. And I think they'll be ready to play Saturday.
And just looking at the James Wood Colonels, looking at what they have done so far this season and some of their skill guys at skill positions, how do you look to limit them defensively and do some stuff like you've been doing offensively to get the victory on Saturday?
Well, I think, for them, their quarterback is a 2-year guy now. He started his entire freshman year last year. He's a year older. He's a year bigger. He's a year stronger. And he's a year smarter. He's a good quarterback. He does a good job of getting rid of the ball on time and getting it to guys in open space. And they have some skill players who are talented and make tough catches and run good routes. And the offensive line has done a good job so far for them this year as well. And so, it'll be tough for us defensively to match up. We have to create pressure and not let the quarterback feel comfortable and just be sound in the run game and make tackles. Offensively, I think we need to continue to try to dominate the line of scrimmage. But again, they have a lot of great players in defense. They got 2 really good defensive ends, and a really good inside linebacker, and a couple guys in the secondary that can really play. So, we'll have our work cut out for us, and we'll have to make sure that we're locked in and that we execute at a high level.
It is Handley hosting James Wood at the Handley Bowl on Saturday, part of week 5 high school football. As always, joining me, the head coach of the Handley Judges, Jake Smith. Coach, as always, really appreciate your time, sir.
Yep, thanks for having me.